Hey folks, Dr. Peralt here. Uh, Dr. Henry Stone and I were chatting about some ways to wrap up this capstone course for seniors. And one thing we chatted about was just reflecting on our own careers and experiences and just exposing you all to as many different um, things that others have gone through. And I would encourage you to dialogue with other professors and talk with them about their career paths and what they accomplished and also failed at, and just to kind of shed some light on how your path might look. I'm actually traveling today, so I went ahead and just recorded this video for you all. Hopefully, it will come through fine. Um, if you have had me for a class, you've probably seen parts of this presentation that I'm sharing with you, and this relates to um, my career and also some personal stuff because it's hard to talk about your career without discussing um, what defines your interest and how you got to where you are today. So going back a long time ago, this is a picture of myself in the middle with the glasses and my three sisters outdoors skiing, enjoying the environment. And obviously that played a bigger role than what I anticipated it would at that time. I was just having fun. After high school, I spent a couple of years in the Coast Guard, just enough to realize I did not care for the military lifestyle. But every time we went to port, I would immediately get on leave and go for the mountains and spend as much time outdoors as I could. And this made me realize if I enjoyed that this much, maybe I could pursue that as a career. I ended up going to University of Virginia, got my undergrad in Department of Environmental Sciences, and while an undergrad there, I spent a summer as a research assistant. That's kind of a not more formal than what it really was. I was more of a just a field grunt, but doing water quality work and also doing tree mortality work up in Shenandoah National Park. And that led to an internship after I graduated at Shenandoah. So the summer after I graduated, I actually did an internship, didn't get paid much, but it was still working on that experience portfolio. And then the following summer, I was hired as a biotech with the Park Service. So doing water quality, releasing an endangered peregrine falcon, black bear work, you name it. Got involved with a lot of different things. Really, really enjoyed it. It also made me realize that if I wanted to continue in this field, I would probably have to start thinking about graduate school. And that was a topic that was off the table up to this point. But a couple more years to go, I ended up working for the Forest Service on a hotshot crew, fighting fires out west. Really enjoyed that time. A lot of excitement, a lot of good money. I was able to actually put some money away for when I went back to school. Since I was out west, living and working, I ended up applying and getting accepted into Utah State University. Turns out the department chair, newly hired about a year ago, was my professor for my conservation ecology class back at UVA. So small world, and it's very helpful when the chair of a department can write you a letter of recommendation for that same department. And so that really helped me get into that program. Got my degree in wildlife biology, and my work was actually a lot of genetics. I was looking at habitat selection in chipmunks and how that related to different speciation and other genetic factors. So I was a gel jock. A lot of time indoors, didn't really enjoy that very much, and ended up moving after that to University of Oklahoma. Uh, the then Department of Zoology, now Biology, spent time out in the Pacific Northwest looking at deforestation and how that impacted species. And a big part of that was GIS work and remote sensing. Soon after that, was hired by then Lynchburg College, now University of Lynchburg. And part of the reason I was hired was to start the GIS program here. So something I always tell my students, get a skill, get good at it, and use that to set yourself apart. Certainly helped me with this job. And then back full circle with the personal side of things. I still enjoy the great outdoors. My wife and son, we get outdoors as much as possible. And just some pictures of me back in graduate school, enjoying the great outdoors, skiing in the Utah area, back when I had a lot more hair all over my head. So as you are wrapping up your careers here, hang on a sec. I'm going to stop sharing this. Just some things to consider. This is a really challenging time right now, obviously with COVID. It's even harder than normal to get jobs. It's harder than normal to get into graduate school. But our alumni are being successful. Having said that, really think about what it is that you're going to do. Be flexible, be willing to relocate, be willing to take maybe not your top job to order to gain that experience. One thing I did not show in that PowerPoint was the fact that after that summer internship following graduation, I became a ski bum and I moved back in with my parents for the winter. So here I am, 4-year degree, and I'm working the slopes and living with my folks. And it was one of the best 6 months of my life because there was no responsibility. I really loved it. At the same time, I was working on my resume. I was applying for jobs. I was showing my parents that this was short term, and then I was really looking forward. So I think that's important. Talk with your parents now. Open that dialogue. Let them know what you're doing in terms of jobs, but let them know, you may be moving back home, and if that's the case, it can certainly end up being fine. Again, talk with other faculty, talk with other professors, get different inputs, different perspectives, and pick your own path. And I wish you all the best of success. Stay in touch with us, and obviously, for most of you, we'll be seeing each other spring semester as well. Thanks a lot. Good luck with finals. Have a great extended winter break. Good time to get some experiences as well, and also get outside.